Now, from your local news leader, this is 6 News.
A man at the center of a controversial shooting is arrested. It's our top story this evening. Good evening, I'm Abby Grimmett. Lauren has the night off. An East Lansing man who 2 years ago accidentally shot and killed his stepdaughter, Amaya Edmond, was arraigned today on unrelated charges. Lansing police arrested 34-year-old LeVar Burton Thursday evening. It all started with a traffic stop on the 3200 block of South Washington Avenue. Investigators say an officer searched Burton and the vehicle and found a loaded handgun and cocaine. Burton faces several felony counts on top of a driving with a suspended license. And tonight, Amaya Edmond's father, John Edmond, is speaking out about LeVar Burton's arrest, saying he's not surprised by what Lansing police found in his car. Maria Henchinova has the story. John Ed reached out to LeVar's wife and Amaya's mother, Corinna Burton, by phone, but she did not wish to comment. The 28-year-old woman died at the scene of an accident earlier tonight. It happened near Weberville on Grand River Avenue and M52 when a car and motorcycle collided. The road was closed for nearly 3 hours. The woman who died was a passenger on the motorcycle. The driver, a 26-year-old man, survived, though he did go to Fair Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Medics evaluated the driver of the car, who only had minor injuries. It's a dangerous and what some call a deadly drug, K2. Governor Snyder signed a bill outlawing it last week, but the ban doesn't go into effect until July 1st. Last week, 6 News learned some stores, like the Haven Smoke Shop on Pennsylvania, are still selling it and will continue doing that up until the deadline. Though today, one woman who knows all too well the dangers of K2 decided she was going to take things into her own hands. She protested outside the shop today, hoping to make a difference in the fight against K2. Well, police in Detroit say 5 teens crashed into a home just after midnight. They were driving a Dodge Dart, which landed on its side after smashing into an attached garage in Rochester Hills. All the teens survived, though the 16-year-old driver and a passenger went to the hospital. 3 other people fled the scene. The homeowner said the crash made a tremendous noise that felt like an earthquake. No one inside the home was hurt. Police think alcohol could be a factor in the crash. It was another sunny day out, but could rain be heading our way? Let's check in with Tim Nestor in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Abby.
Animal control officials in Flint are cracking down on unlicensed dogs. Genesee County officials are going door to door to find dogs that don't have any licenses. They say the crackdown could raise more than $250,000 in fees this summer. More than 1,700 dog owners bought licenses during a 2-week amnesty where delinquent fees were waived. Workers traveling in pairs are told to report houses where dogs are inside, but no one answers the door. Well, the weekend marks the 30th anniversary of Vincent Chin's death, and today community members in Detroit remember the Chinese American. Well, in Pennsylvania, a lawyer for Jerry Sandusky plans to visit his convicted client in the Center County Correctional Facility tomorrow. Officials say Sandusky is on suicide watch. The Penn State community is ready to move forward from the child sex abuse scandal, but the case is far from over. The family of the late Joe Paterno, the famed coach who was fired in the scandal, issued a statement saying, "Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with the victims and their families." The Penn State University president was also fired. 2 school officials still face criminal charges. In California, a former city worker is charged with felony child abuse after a neighbor videotapes him hitting a child. Anthony Sanchez faces 2 counts of child abuse. A neighbor posted this video online that shows him hitting his stepson with a belt for dropping a baseball during a game of catch in their backyard. That video was eventually handed over to sheriff's officials. Sanchez quit his job with the California Water Agency, and his attorney says the charges are out of proportion for his client's actions. Well, a horrific case of alleged child abuse out of Missouri. Authorities say a 10-year-old Kansas City girl who weighed just 32 pounds was found locked in a closet that reeked of urine. Prosecutors filed abuse charges against the girl's 29-year-old mother today. Officers freed the girl from the closet yesterday morning after responding to a call from an abuse hotline. 2 other children who also live with the woman appeared healthy. They have been placed in protective custody. A scary scene for shoppers at a Canadian mall this afternoon. Part of the roof that serves as a parking area collapsed. It left exposed metal and concrete supports at the Algo Center Mall in Ontario, which was full of weekend shoppers. Witnesses say a few cars fell through the gaping hole near an escalator. The collapse also triggered a gas leak, and emergency officials had to shut off the mall's power. So far, there are no reports of serious injuries, although police are still searching in the area. Well, coming up on 6 News at 11, community members hope to make South Lansing a better place to live. We'll tell you how. Plus, it's the Festival of the Sun in Old Town. But first, Tim Nestor will be in with more on tonight's forecast.
Beautiful start to the week.
All right. Well, thanks, Tim. Looks like another nice week on tap for us.
Not too bad.
Well, coming up next on 6 News, what one local group says is the key to improving the community. Plus, lots of people love dogs, but is your heart big enough to love the world's ugliest dog? You won't want to miss this story. His name is Mugly, and he is one ugly dog. The 8-year-old Chinese crested dog from the UK took top honors in Northern California last night as the world's ugliest. Mugly beat out 28 other ugly dogs from around the world, and it's not the first time he has been recognized for his unattractiveness. The dog's owner says he was named Britain's ugliest dog in 2005. A short snout, beady eyes, and white whiskers helped him win the competition, and the award, $1,000 and a year's worth supply of dog cookies. Can you beat that, Kevin?
I guess it was all worth it in the end,
Oh my gosh, it's all about the dog cookies, right? I don't know if you can beat that in your sportscast.
I don't think so.